Good morning, O levels. Good morning, eighth grade. We are having English class, and this is our recorded lecture. We were discussing the present simple tense in our previous lecture, and we just started the introduction for the coming class. So this is the most awaited class about the present simple tense. I hope I am audible to you. आवाज आ रही है मेरी? All right, so now let's come to the present simple tense. As we discussed in the previous class, that we have a certain kind of purpose in our mind. We have to express a certain kind of action, and for those certain kind of actions, we employ different kinds of tenses. So there are three basic tenses. We discussed that according to the time frame, that is present, past, and future. And for the time being, we are going to discuss present tense. So it has four types. The first type is present simple or present indefinite tense. Now I'm going to discuss one by one that which kind of actions are expressed in simple present tense. We use the simple present tense when we talk about activities that repeat regularly, routines, habits that we do again and again in our daily routines, that is going on again and again, that the actions we do in our daily life. Peter goes to work by bus. It means Peter every day goes to work by bus. He doesn't go by train, he doesn't ride a bicycle, he doesn't want a lift, he doesn't take a lift. And everyone has to work, so it's a routine of Peter. It would be a routine of Peter, and Peter goes to work by bus. It's his daily routine, so we will use simple present tense for it. My friends learn English. They are taking English classes on regular basis. It's their routine to take English class, so we will express this in simple present tense. I drink coffee every morning. This is my habit. This is my routine to take coffee in the morning. So for this kind of action, we use simple present tense. Now, let's come to our second purpose. The second purpose is to talk about permanent situations and states, permanent feelings, permanent inclinations, permanent attitudes towards something. So this is my attitude, that we like this. This is our attitude. This is our inclination, liking, that we like animals. So it exists permanently. So this is a kind of a situation that exists permanently. So we will express it in simple present tense. The Smiths or the Smith family don't enjoy big parties. So this is a trait of their personality. This is, everybody has likes and dislikes. So the Smith family doesn't like big parties. And if I'm going to consider them in a plural sense, the Smiths don't enjoy big parties. It means it is their permanent situation that they don't like it. We know that the more we get mature, the more strong our likes and dislikes remain. So this is another purpose of simple present tense, in which we express permanent situation and states. So the next one is to talk about general truths. It means universal truths, scientific facts which cannot be denied, which never change. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. It always happen. It always happen. So it's not going to change. So these true phenomena, these universal truths or scientific facts, like 2 and 2 makes 4, honesty is the best policy, 2 and 2 makes 4. This is a sentence of a simple present tense. So in this way, we express the universal facts and universal truths in by using. Another example is, if you mix yellow and blue, you get green. So this is also a universal fact that whenever yellow and blue color is mixed, we get a color which is called as a green color. So it's a fact. The earth is round. It is a fact. It is a universal truth. So we will express it in simple present tense. Next is to talk about future official events or timetables which we cannot change. The train leaves at 6:25 a.m. The lessons start at 8 a.m. There can be confusion in someone's mind that why can't we use a future tense for this? Why can't we employ simple future tense for that kind of sentences? So the difference in between these two tenses is if the future situation is not confirmed, it's not certain, we use future indefinite tense for that. There is a kind of an uncertainty module in it. But when the things are certain, uh, the train leaves at 6:25 a.m. There is a schedule; it has to follow it. The lessons start at 8 a.m. There is a timetable, and it has to be followed. So there is no chance of uncertainty. There is no chance of changing. So we will use simple present tense for such kind of actions which are certain and which are going to happen in future, but we will use simple present tense for this. So these are those adverbs which come in the middle of the sentence or at the end of the sentence or in the start of the sentence. We will differentiate as well that which adverbs come in the middle of the sentence and which come at the start and end of the sentences. And these were discussed by, I guess, Ibrahim, and he said that why can't we use always, usually, regularly? We do use these adverbs in simple present tenses, and it is a confirmation kind of thing that an action which always happens, which usually happens, which regularly happens. Okay, so these kind of actions actually are expressed in simple present tenses because it gives a clear indication that they are happening as a routine or as a habit. So we often use the following time adverbials, adverbs with the present simple tense. The next point is about the placement of these adverbs. These adverbs always, usually, regularly, rarely, seldom, often, occasionally, hardly ever, never appear between the subject and the verb. In our previous classes where we discussed the sentence structure, we have discussed what is a subject. A subject is a noun or a pronoun who does some action. So in this first sentence, I always walk to school. Who walks to school? I. So I is the subject. Okay. So always the adverb would be placed in between the subject and the verb. Walk is the verb, and in between both of them always will come. Similarly, regularly will come between he and swims. Who swims and who plays? It is he. So he is the subject and swims is the first action verb. So regularly will come in between them. And same with the third example. Now moving forward, these two adverbs once a month and from time to time they don't come in between the subject and the verb, but they can come at the start of the sentence or they can come at the end of the sentence. So this is some kind of extra learning apart from simple present tense, but you should know that where you have to put these adverbs while writing the sentences of simple present tenses and using these adverbs. Now come to another point. Whenever we have to start a question, an interrogative sentence, by putting how often in the start of that sentence. So how often? Often means like how many times a certain action happens. I'm asking about it. So it cannot be expressed in continuous form. It cannot be expressed in perfect tense. It cannot be expressed in perfect continuous sense. It will always be expressed in present indefinite tense because I'm asking about an action which is used to, which is bound to happen regularly as a routine. So how often do you go swimming? So swimming is your routine and I'm asking about it. So I will ask in a present indefinite tense by using an interrogative sentence. How often does the manager go away? So it is the routine of the manager that he goes away during work. So I'm asking about a daily routine and I'm putting how often, which is an indication, an indicator of a daily routine. So I will express simple present tense. Now, the next one is, so these are the present simple statements. These were 8 situations which we express in simple present tense. Now come to the examples, and you can look in the examples that there are 2 groups of pronouns. One group is I, first person pronoun, singular. We, first person pronoun, plural. You is the second person pronoun, plural and singular both. And they is the third person pronoun, plural. Okay, so for I, we, you, they, we just put the first form of verb in simple present tense and it will be a complete sentence. But for the singular, third person pronouns, he, she, and it, we have to put s or es at the end of the first form of verb, just like we have put s at the end of like. He likes English, she likes English, it likes English. So for these three pronouns and singular nouns, we have to put s or es at the end of the first form of verb. We will discuss that when we have to, in the coming slides, that when we have to put es at the end of the first form of verb and when we have to put s at the end of the first form of verb. But before that, we have to keep in mind that we have to make two groups of these pronouns and nouns. The first group should comprise of I, we, you, they, and plural nouns. For this type of group, we use only the first form of verb with no addition at the end. And in the second group of pronouns, that is he, she, it, and singular nouns, we put s or es at the end of the first form of verb. So let I will make it clear by using another slide with you in which it is mentioned with negative and interrogative sentence as well. G. Now in this slide you can see that for I, we, you, they, we use the first form of verb only, and we use do not. This is a contraction don't. Actually it is, the full form is do not. So when we have to make a negative sentence or an interrogative sentence, we will use do. No, not interrogative. Only in negative sentences we will employ do not. For I, we, you, they, and plural nouns. And for he, she, it, and singular nouns, we will employ does not. And in the same way, when we will make interrogative sentences, do will come in the at the start of the sentence for I, we, you, they, and plural nouns, and does will come at the start of the sentence for uh, he, she, it, and the singular nouns. So again, coming back to our previous slides, now I will move further. Yes, these are the negatives. So I, we, you, they are all using don't. I don't like English, you don't like English, we don't like English, they don't like English. These are the negative sentences. And for he, she, it, and singular nouns, she doesn't like English, she does not like English, he does not like English, or it doesn't like English. So is it, I don't think so it's a difficult one. After like having this tutorial, you will have a very clear view of the present simple tense. Now come to the questions, the interrogative sentences. Again, for I, for we, for you, and for they, we use do. Do I like English? Yes, I do. Do you like English? No, I don't. Both options can be heard as answers. But the thing to keep in mind is with I, you, with we, and they, we use do. And with he, she, it, we put does at the start of the sentence. Here, I would add one more thing that we have gone through question words, 5 W's, 1 H. What, when, where, why, who, and how. If there are in Urdu sentences, because you are going to be promoted to matrix team and you will face a lot of translations. So if there is a question word in Urdu sentence and you have to translate it, then you will put the question word at the first place. If I'm going to ask that why do you like English, तुम्हें English क्यों पसंद है, why do you like English, so I would put why at the start, why, then I will put do, and then I will put you, which is a subject, and then like the first form of verb and the object. And okay, so the verbs, there is the previous rule that with third person pronouns in simple tenses, in simple present tense, in present indefinite tense, in affirmative sentences, the sentences which are declarative, which are neither negative nor interrogative, affirmative sentence, and they are positive sentences, not declarative, they are positive sentences. So in that, when we are having he, she, it, or a singular noun as a subject, we have to convert the first form of verb we have to put s or es at the end of the first form of verb. And if the verb is ending at alphabet y, then we will convert y into ies. For example, the verb is study. Study ends at y, so it will change into studies. He studies English or she studies English. Similarly, hurry. Hurry will change into hurries. Okay, so this you have to keep in mind. Then whenever a verb is ending at y, you have to change it with ies. Now, this is some kind of practice, a regular activity. I will start with option number two. All my friends like or likes football. So all my friends is a plural noun. It falls in the first group. So I will just put I will just choose the first form of verb, not the first form of verb with addition of s. So the correct option will be all my friends like football. My sister is a singular noun. So I will choose does not, and I will not choose don't. So I will say that my sister does not like school. Do Number five, do you have time for hobbies? So with you, do comes and does not come with you. With I, you, then plural nouns, we know that do comes. So I will choose do. Do you have time for hobbies? And in the same way, you can correct these sentences. And after that, I'm going to upload a worksheet. And you have to solve that worksheet having fill in the blanks and having options, having forms of verbs, and you have to choose the best answer. And you have to keep in mind that where you have to put the first form of verb without s, and where you have to put the first form of verb with s or es. So thanks for now. This That was all for this presentation, for this lecture. And soon I will upload the worksheet, and you are supposed to answer that worksheet and submit it at Google Classroom. So I hope that you have understood the concepts fully, and I need complete correct answers from all of you. And I hope that there is no confusion. And you see, this is a simple way to learn tenses. It's not a Herculean task. It is not that much difficult. So thanks for giving much time, and best of luck. Allah Hafiz.